Full disclaimer, I want to let you know that this episode isn't full of a lot of finds. It's our first time being out in the area that we live in. The snow has finally started to disappear, and it's been a very tough go all day long. I know there's a lot of people that watch not only for the finds, but also for the views, the people that I go out digging with, maybe a little of the story, maybe a little of everything. So if you're only tuning in right now to see what we found, it wasn't a whole lot. There is 2 coins, a button, and a whole mess of nothing else. I still wanted to share the experience out here with my buddy Kendall and just kind of show you what we're up against waiting to get into the digging season in this region. So if you're only here for the finds, maybe tune in next time. If you still like to see what we're up to and you like the content of the videos, stick around and let's see what the episode has to show you. Springtime is kissing New England here. As you can tell, we still have some snow, but where we are heading hopefully doesn't have much. As you could see in the intro there, we were following some power lines, which run sporadically throughout the river valley. Oftentimes they cut right through the old property lines, foundations, cellar holes, and in this case, we are actually on an old cart road that is outlined by a stone wall here and a stone wall on the other side. So with a severe case of cabin fever and also being able to get out just that one time where we went south to Connecticut, Kendall and I have teamed up again today, and we really kind of bit off what we were looking for, an adventure. What are we doing here today, Kendall?
Well, there's a silver right up here that I'm pretty excited about. I've had my eye on it for a while. Most of this property, actually, we've got some permissions for, and I'm not quite sure how this silver works out as far as whose side it's on. We just got an awesome permission down the road, like crazy awesome 1730s, like old colonial house, big fields. Spent an hour of our morning talking to those landowners.
We have been actually invited to come back in probably late April when it starts to really warm up here. And the property that we stopped by just this morning, landowners were absolutely incredible and very nice, shared a lot of the same interests, and they said, come on back when it gets warmer. Right now, Kendall and I are going to continue heading up into the woods. When and if we get up to the cellar hole that we're looking for, I'll show you around. And perhaps today we dig some amazing relics to kick off our 2020 digging season here in the River Valley. Stay tuned. Well, after about a let's say 2-minute walk, how about that? We have made it to our destination, and I want to apologize real quick about the wind. It's a very windy day. We are on a hillside, and the wind is just blowing right up the valley, right onto us. But check this out. Look at this cellar hole. It's absolutely gorgeous and still in very, very, very good shape. Very impressive, and the fact that a lot of these individuals back in those days really didn't have a whole lot of tools to make sure everything was leveled and whatnot. I mean, they had tools that they had put together, but just the work into these cellar holes is absolutely amazing. And this one right here is no exception. I've come down into the cellar hole to show you these. I believe these are just support structures. I mean, I've seen a lot of the old fireplace pits and the mounds within the cellar holes, and I've never actually seen something like this. There's a brick sitting right on top of that, but I don't see any other bricks laying around, so not really sure exactly what that is, but I'm assuming it's just a structure support. But again, just look at the architecture that went into this foundation. Unbelievable. And stepping out of the cellar hole, we are certain that there is stuff in this ground, but there's a lot more snow than we anticipated up here, as you've seen. The snow is somewhat soft. There is still a lot of ice, but with the sharp shovel, we'll be able to cut through it no problem. I'm going to join up with Kendall, and let's see what this property has in store for us. Well, right off the bat, I've been making my way around the cellar hole here, and I thought this snow was actually quite soft. I about took a spill right down the hillside here as I was making my way over, but I came over here, I got somewhat of an odd tone. I chopped through about, I was hoping there wasn't that much snow, but what, about 6-7 inches of snow there. Got into the ground, and out popped that. They call them a hoe blade. It's not really beaten up like most of them are. I mean, they get really rusty and start being very brittle and just disintegrate in your hand when you typically find them. But in this case, it's complete. So I'm assuming that that's what that is. First find of the day. Good thing is we can dig in the ground, so let's see what else is out here. I do want to let you guys know what I'm thinking about doing this year, and well, I'm going to be doing this year, and this is a perfect opportunity to tell you. So oftentimes when we find these old home sites, as you've seen in previous episodes, we find the old wells. Now, this one doesn't look fairly deep, but there is ice and leaves and stuff on the top, so it could go quite a ways down. I'm going to start dropping magnets this year into these old wells in hopes of finding something, or who knows, maybe lost muskets and things like that that people dumped along the way to hide from the Native Americans, to hide from the US government, who knows. So stay tuned to future episodes. I will have a magnet, and when I come across these kind of wells, you're going to see, just like I'm going to see for the first time, if there's anything hidden down below. The best part about being out here with the snow is you can see all of the small stone structures that kind of stick up around some of these property boundaries. We're looking for clear patches like this. Now, you can tell there's water running down off the hill there, so it might be kind of icy. You might not be able to really dig too well in there. But we just try to follow along where, you know, the dips in the hillsides kind of are in the sun all day long. So down that way you can see it's pretty clear out there. We're going to keep hitting it, and there's got to be stuff out here. We are quite a ways out off the beaten trail, and I mean, if we don't get into a lot of stuff today, we do know we'll be back. Hang in there with us. who knows? Days do turn around. Last time you saw Kendall and I dug that GW button, so it doesn't always matter. It doesn't always mean that, you know, just because it starts slow, it's going to end slow. I'll keep at it, and if anything pops up, you'll be the first to see. So I'm on a good tone right here, and I'm not sure if you're going to be able to hear it or not, but I'm in the old cart road leading up to the foundation. I'll grab the shovel. See if I can, yep, I'll be able to dig this one. See what we got. I'll flip the plug and grab the pinpointer. And straight down. Ah, nothing fancy. It looks like an old musket ball that's been fired and it hit something. That's very old lead. It's all white. Unfortunately, just lead junk. Put it in the pocket and try to find some more ground to dig here. What do you say we, depending on what this is, Kendall, we get out of here and go find another site, bud? You got anything good there?
Nope.
Want to stick your hand down there? Give a, what, about a foot of snow, maybe? 10 inches?
Until you hit the dirt even, you know?
Yeah, so.
It's just too much. It's too early in the year, but.
You got a little button, you said?
Yeah, somewhere in my couch. Just a little teeny flat button.
Nothing fancy at all?
No. Broken shank. That's it.
Well, at least it's something for today.
Yeah, well, let's go find something else. Find another place.
Sounds good. We're going to march on out of here and see what the rest of the day brings. We're heading that way to get back to the vehicles. Kendall's swinging his way down. What'd you just pop out of the ground here on the old cart road, bud?
Nice button.
Look at that.
Got some gold gilt on that side. I mean, it's just a flat button. There's nothing on the other side, but
yeah.
Beats a shotgun shell, which is what I thought it was going to be, so it was cool.
That's very cool. We're going to continue to head that way to get back to the vehicles and head on to another site, but wanted to stop in and show you guys that. That's pretty cool. So let's get back at it, Kendall. We have a walk, and next time you see us, we'll be at a different site. So we've worked our way down off of the mountain. As you can tell, the further down into the valley we went, the less snow we had. And thanks to a lot of research that Kendall does around this area, we're in a good spot, I think. And I know he's pulled out some relics. He says he's got a crota bell. I think he's got a couple buttons and a shoe buckle. A large scent of some kind back last summer. So there is a lot of potential here. He's out there digging. I'm going to join him right now, and hopefully this new spot can start producing. It's been quite a slow morning, as you've seen, and a lot of walking, a lot of driving, but we found spring, I guess a little of spring right here. So I'm going to get at it and let's see what happens. Nothing fancy, but it does give me some insight that there were people around here. That's a structure nail. So we're not that far away from a barn site either. There is no evidence of any home sites, but there is a big barn foundation, and the land that we're on is very old. So who knows, maybe this small little section of the woods that we're in / field or pasture, whatever you want to call it, held a cabin or something at one point. It's a good sign. Let's see if there's any other relics around. Well, just like that, like I said earlier, the day turns around really quickly at times. All right, buddy.
Well, the last hour.
Last hour of the day.
Standby holes, and nice job, buddy.
It wasn't, I mean, it rang up good, but we've been digging a lot of trash. Again, I apologize for the wind. And right here, that's a big old copper coin. Brush it off, it's really green. I think it's going to be smoked. have to let this dry, bud. It's pretty. Look at the shape of it though. It's kind of, see how it's flattened on the sides?
Clipped.
Yeah, I can't really tell if there's anything. That's big. That's like a, that's wide though. Maybe it's not a, it's heavy though, like a copper coin.
Looks like a copper, but I don't see much on it, and it is kind of a funny shape, but
it's one of those ones we'll have to let it dry and hopefully we can get some kind of detail off that. But Kendall and I always do it this way. We start off very slow and we usually end the day on a high note, and right now that's the high note. I've called him down here. He's gonna swing around here with me and see what happens. That copper coin or token, we're not sure what it is. That just came from right there. And right over here, I had not really the greatest signal in the world. However, it's an old relic. Can you tell what that is? It's an old farmer's file. Well, I'm going to call it a farmer's file because it's out here in farmland. So I'm not going to waste any more time. I'm going to put this away and keep on swinging. Well, Kendall just hollered out he has big silver in the hole, and it's not far from where I found that copper, so let's go check it out. What you got, bud?
Walking Liberty hat.
Is it really?
Yep. 1941 Walker.
Wow. Can I have the pleasure here?
Dude, I'm so annoyed I didn't
Uh,
that.
well, you said it was like a choppy tone?
No, it was clean, but it was like so glaring that I thought it was like a freaking can.
Well, we've been digging a lot of trash here.
I thought it was gonna be trash.
That's some big silver. Congrats, Kendall.
Thanks, man.
Well, let's head on back over here to Kendigg. What are you saying you think you might have here, bud?
It's kind of got the sound of a silver dime on edge or something. It's a squeaky little high tone.
Yeah. Two silver day would be sweet.
Yeah, it's not up.
Just a bullet. Man, why do those ring up so high?
I don't know, man. That was
just a modern bullet. Well,
sorry to call you over.
Hey, it's been a good day.
Yeah, getting close to gotta call it quits, but had fun. We got some awesome permission. Yeah. It's,
I mean, we can't complain about the weather. It's just been
oh my gosh,
unbelievable out here. Spring is definitely on the horizon. We're unable to get into a lot of the good spots that we know hold a lot of very interesting relics. So we've kind of been winging it today just to get out, have a good time with each other, and it's been just that. It's been slow, but
found some stuff, had some fun. It's all that really matters, right?
Absolutely. Unfortunately, you know, some of the good spots that we wanted to get at today just had way too much snow.
For sure, man. Well, let's get digging because we got about 15 minutes. See if we can find anything else on the way out.
Sounds good. Unfortunately, it's that time of day again. It's been a great day. It's been a very slow day, a very difficult day with all this stuff everywhere still. Kendall was on a couple of relics today. He scored his second silver of 2020 so far. Jumped out to an early lead on the silver count of All.Metal.Militia. And yeah, so it didn't turn out too terribly bad. I'm heading back, sun's going down. Kendall needs to get going, I need to get going, and I think it's a good way to end the first day up here in the valley, digging away in search of history. I want to thank everybody who's stuck around into this season from last. I appreciate everybody that's subscribed. Please head on over, check out Kendall's channel, Kendigg Vermont or VT, and we have All.Metal.Militia on Instagram and on Facebook, so if you're interested in seeing what all of us are up to throughout the year, not only through my episodes, but through everybody else, head on over there, give us a like, follow our group, and join in on the conversation and giveaways that we plan on doing throughout the season. Again, thank you all for watching, more episodes coming soon. That is a guarantee. And hey, as always, happy hunting.